aren't consuming.
Yes.
So remember when it was a huge deal that how to put it? I feel like Destiny came out,
Right.
Fortnite came out. Actually, I think Destiny was patient zero. Destiny
Mhm.
was basically, we are making this game with the idea that it's going to last forever. Of course, they then came out with Destiny 2, partially because Activision made them.
Yeah.
By the way, full disclosure, I do have a friend who currently works for uh, Bungie on Destiny 2,
Mm.
which is kind of funny because he was like the biggest Destiny fan I knew. So I'm amazed that he still likes playing it, even though he works on it now.
Yeah.
But I tried Destiny and I couldn't really get into that. Uh,
Yeah,
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 it had a
I
good,
play, yeah. Yeah.
it's got good gunplay. It feels like that classic Halo action, but it just isn't
Mm.
for me.
Well, there was no story. That was the problem I
Yeah.
had with it. Like I couldn't figure out the lore. I couldn't figure out like what who all these characters are, who are all the
Hmm.
aliens. Like I don't know.
Yep. So I'm going to not say anything that could conceivably get him in trouble,
Okay.
but but I just wanted to put that disclosure out there. He didn't, not that he told me anything, especially or even remotely secret, but I do have some insight into life, into a little bit of insight into what it's like developing one of these things.
Yeah.
Anyways, it feels like Destiny came out and everybody at the same idea said, "Crap, we need a Destiny."
Mhm.
Because the traditional video game model is I give you $60, you give me a disc with, oh, I don't know, you give me a disc, and as long as I own this disc, I can play Persona 5 when inserted into a working Xbox.
Yeah.
You might say, DB, why did you buy that when it's on Game Pass? I wanted to encourage them to keep putting Persona games onto Xbox. That's why.
Yes. Mhm.
Got on a nice deal.
Oh yeah.
And plus, it will leave Game Pass at one point. So maybe when I do my second playthrough at some stage down the line.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, everyone said they had to have a Destiny. But the classic business model is I give you 50 to 60, now $70. I get a disc. I can play this game whenever I feel like. I can play this. I could put this on my shelf, and as long as my Xbox is working in 20 years, I can get the adapter to whatever replaces HDMI, plug in that Xbox, dust it off, and play Persona 5.
Yep.
Now, possibly not because they've been kind of jerks about it lately, where this disc may not actually have any of the game on it or much of the game on it, but
Right. Yeah.
so it maybe the servers still have to be active to download from, but still, the overall idea is that's the traditional model.
Right.
The new model is you can start playing the game for free, and we're going to give you so many tasks and so many little things you can buy that you're going to be playing this game constantly. You're going to check in every day for your dailies you want to get your points, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, got to get your experience.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for some people, this is appealing. For me, you know what that sounds like?
What?
A job.
Yeah. 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 It does sound like a job.
The last games of the service game I really played was like for anything but a single player component was over the original Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Holy Ninja, you make a point. That sounds like a phone game to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
the problem is that they also had mobile came along and pointed them in wonderful, awful directions for monetization.
Yeah. Hmm.
What's going on is that there has been a marked culling of live service games lately. Games
Hmm.
either abandoned outright or games put into maintenance mode. And maintenance mode basically means that, look, we're not getting any more content. You can keep playing the game, and if people want to buy the game or you know use Game Pass or whatever, they can access it. But the game is what it is.
Hmm.
even if the game was built on the idea that every 3 months, 6 months, whatever, we'll come out with a major pack to keep you all busy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've played a few of those games like that. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're seeing it. And we've of course, there's always a little bit of there's always some churn in this type of thing, but yeah, we've had Babylon's Fall shut down, which that was a big flop from Platinum Games.
Mm,
Crossfire X, Back for Blood, which was made by the developers of the original Left 4 Dead. But they did some stupid stuff with cards. I thought it was all right, but it didn't really keep me going.
yeah.
Um, Apex Legends Mobile is being shut down. The Marvel's Avengers game is being shut down. Oh,
Of course, that game was terrible.
yeah. I thought I'd say when I was saying shut down, I'm using that as a catch-all for the various states of death. Either
Right.
limbo, where you're still available, which it sounds like Marvel's Avengers will be. Uh, Knockout City, which is one I played on Game Pass, was a weird combination of dodgeball with RPG mechanics. I thought it
Yeah,
was all right, but it also it was very creative, but it also wasn't the type of thing to bring me back over and over again.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and
Marvel's
then
Avengers, it isn't shutting down; it's going to maintenance mode, so we're not getting any more content. So,
yeah.
so say, PlayStation fans, I hope you enjoyed all that Spider-Man exclusivity you had for like what 6 months.
Yeah.
And there are still successful games out there like World of Warcraft, Fortnite, League of Legends, but by the nature of this type of market, it seems to me that there's only room for a very select few at the very top of it.
Mhm.
You're going to have way more failures than successes.
Yeah. Yeah, once you start flooding the market, yeah, it's just like a lot of stuff's gonna get caught and lost in the shuffle, and yeah, you're probably gonna have like a 90 to 95% failure rate.
Right. Or even worse, you'll have an initial fail or initial success like Halo Infinite had, but their bungling of the multiplayer aspects of it have dried the game up.
Mm,
So it's just kind of unfortunate that everybody again like it's like I know it's like partially mobile, but it's also like everyone looked at the Destiny model of, oh, we're going to come out with a game that'll last 10 years. It's kind of like the problem of launching a cinematic universe. No, launch a game that makes people love the Destiny IP.
yes.
Wa- Uh, Now, of course, they've made many millions of dollars, and they were worth buying out by Sony. So,
Hmm.
now, of course, this doesn't mean that we're going to see the end of these live service games, because Sony is actually in the process of making 10 different live service games.
Oh, jeez.
Because basically they kind of have drunk the Kool-Aid that that's what the market wants. Uh, oh, and also, when you think about it, Amazon got into gaming and it's not gone well for them. They've shut down multiple games, and New World is a big disaster too.
Hmm.
And what were they chasing? Live service games.
Uh,
So it's very interesting. It seems like the most successful live service that's launched in recent years is Game Pass, which isn't a live service game. It's a live service made of games of varying sizes and interests.
yeah.
So, uh, so you can have a huge sprawling game like Persona 5 Royal show up on it, but you can also have a more bite-sized game like Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion from the indie side. Yes, that is a real game. It's actually worth a watch, worth a play. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like it plays like an old Zelda game, top down.
Ah, okay.
Um, but you can also have things like Hi-Fi Rush show up and be unexpected hits.
Mm.
And there isn't a Hi-Fi Rush Play Store. There isn't a Hi-Fi Rush. You can't. You can buy an extra $10 expansion to get some more things, but you can't. You don't have to. There isn't any ongoing maintenance for it. Hell yeah, Hi-Fi Rush was awesome, Ninja.
Yeah. Yes, and I need to get an Xbox Series S to play it.
But yeah, it's and also, of course, the biggest failure is one that people often forget to mention, and when they're bringing about live service games, the metaverse.
Mm,
$10 billion flushed down the drain to make what basically looks like a Miiverse clone, except the
ugh.
Miiverse characters had legs.
Oh boy.
So yeah, let's. I actually, so on the one hand, I hate seeing people lose their jobs and be miserable. On
Hmm.
the other hand, if we can get more Hi-Fi Rush sized games and less of this nonsense, where it is a job, I'll be happy.
Yeah, me too. Yes, I want fun video games, not video games that feel like work.
Yes. Speaking of people having fun,